Well, welcome. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Katie Connolly. I'm a somatic therapist, and what brought me here is a near-death experience. So who here takes time to check in with their body daily? Anybody? Awesome. As a child, I learned how to do this. Somehow I intuited how to do this. And I used to use back bends and breath work to release anxiety in my body. How did I know how to do this? I think children are very intuitive. I'm not even using the mic. I think children are very intuitive, first of all. But my mom also taught me breathwork and meditation as a child. And she used to ask me, how does your body feel? What is your body saying? So those were huge gifts for me. I feel like I was quite connected as a child. I used to create elaborate magazines with architecture, fashion design, and of course some important journaling prompts like, what is your purpose in life? How do you define success? But then around the age of 10, I started to become disconnected from my body. And I think part of this is due to how we're socialized in the West to value logic over feeling and intuition. There was also a lot of stress in my family home and other circumstances. I started to hide my body. I wore barely any makeup through my teens and 20s. I had lots of inappropriate behavior from men and men that I trusted, and I even had my life threatened. Statistically speaking, about 30% of this room has been the subject of sexual abuse. And when we don't process these emotions and experiences when they happen, we start to see anxiety, depression, guilt, shame, people-pleasing, body dysmorphia, other forms of self-harm, and addiction. For me, it was body dysmorphia. I used to run, basically running from my pain. I used to fill my life with so much activities that I couldn't even feel. I tried to numb myself. One morning, I went out for a run near where I used to work, up a lonely hill. No one was around. And to avoid stepping on some very slow quails, I misstepped and I fell, breaking my ankle and foot. And in that moment, I said, thank God you stopped me. I knew it was a sign to slow down and to seek help. I tried. I didn't get very far. And shortly thereafter, I went into a very deep depression. I drove myself to the hospital, not knowing where else to go, only to be turned away. I remember being in bed one day and saying, God, whomever is out there, help me. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't be here anymore. I worked with some lovely ladies up at the top of this mountain in show homes. We had 2 show homes up there. And so I dragged myself into work one day, and we were sitting chatting after work. And we were told by the security guard, just as dusk was settling, that there was a man approaching with a big bag and a gun. And so I suggested we all get under the desk so we weren't visible by the window. And then I left. I was pulled through this dark red and black tunnel, and it was filled with terror until I came to this beautiful light where I felt surrounded and held in love. And I was safe enough at that point to look down and see that we were safe. I knew it wasn't my time to go yet. And so I remember begging myself, I said, Katie, come back. Katie, come back. Katie, come back. It felt like an eternity. But in that moment, I was making a conscious choice to reconnect with my body. I spent the next 24 hours in tears. In tears. They were tears of joy, of utter awe, and releasing all of the pain that had led me to that point. Insights flooded me. And what I realized is everything that had happened up until this point was part of my growth plan. It brought me to this point, and it helped me to reconnect with my childhood purpose of knowing that I needed to be here to protect children and to bring greater peace, love, and joy into the world. I still had no idea how I was going to do this, but I understood why I was here now. And so that prompted me to, shortly after completing my undergrad in international business, leave the business world and return to my teaching and healing roots. And so I became an expert registered yoga teacher, craniosacral and somatic therapist. I founded a registered children's yoga school to support educators, therapists, and parents in teaching children. And I'm finishing my master's in clinical counseling. So I've dedicated my life to empowering people, but particularly those who guide children, how to process emotions in a healthy way, how to move through experiences, and how to create boundaries so they don't become statistics. It's an incredible honor to be able to do this work. I feel so privileged to stand here and to share with you all. Unfortunately, we still live in a world where we do override children's body wisdom, and while this may seem trivial, when we regularly say the bath isn't hot, but it is to them, what we're actually saying is your body wisdom isn't right. Your body sensations are wrong. So how do we remedy this? I invite you to join me, placing your feet on the earth. What is your body and heart saying to you in this moment? Thank you. I hope you were able to connect with your body and your heart, and I invite you to do this on a regular basis throughout the day, to tune in, to let go of those emotions that might not be yours or that you don't need to carry. And if you'd like to share this practice with children, thank you very much.